Hey everyone. So this morning, the new Smash Direct was revealed, and we got a look at some new characters in Simon and Richter Belmont, as well as King K. Rool. We also got to see two new Echo Fighters, Chrom and Dark Samus. Now, one of the things that's been talked about a lot is this new green blurred out mode on the main menu. All that was said about it was that it's blurred out and it couldn't be talked about until later. I've done a little bit of digging and I feel like I have a pretty good idea on what this mode might be. So we've been getting a ton of really dark character reveal trailers in comparison to previous titles. Even the first Inkling reveal was very dark and ominous compared to what you might expect from an Inkling reveal. People sort of kind of glossed over this, it wasn't really talked about, and sure, there are definitely explanations for it, but I think these trailers are hinting at something that might be a new single-player mode, one focused around the villains from each game, basically a new subspace. Now, I know that's a little bit of a reach, but hear me out. I've already touched on the Inkling reveal being a little dark, but that's not all I have. Let's look at the Ridley reveal. Yet again, we have a dark-themed trailer with Ridley almost literally tearing Mario and Mega Man apart before starting in a fight with Samus. Then, we have the Simon and Richter reveal, where Luigi is being chased around Dracula's castle, ending with him being torn from his body by Death's scythe, and then Simon enters. Along with this trailer, they also highlighted the Dracula boss battle, but left us with an enticing, under what conditions will he appear? Time will tell. And then, we have the newest trailer, the King K. Rool reveal, where DDD pranks DK and Diddy, before having the real King K slash DDD to the side, before starting into a fight with the two Kongs. So, what do we have so far? We have a presumably dead Mario, Mega Man, Luigi, and DDD, and 4 new dark trailers with a heavy emphasis on the villains, even in Simon's case. This alone could be accounted for, could be explained away, but there's even more to support my theory. So I was scrolling through Twitter earlier today when I saw this set of tweets from @Noctulescent. Noctulescent? Does that sound right? I'm probably butchering that, but I think it's Noctulescent, who apparently deciphered the blur to find the word spirits. They checked over the English and the Japanese menu, and both of them read out spirits. Now, at first, that just didn't make too much sense to me. But once you start to connect that with the dead characters from the trailers, things begin to make a lot more sense. One of the things that they've put such an emphasis on in these trailers is just the way these characters have been brutally taken out. This, combined with the emphasis on the villains in the trailers and the new boss fights, Dracula and Rathalos, lead me to believe that they're building a new single-player mode. So if you look at the Dracula and the Rathalos boss fights, both of them take place on a stretch of ground with walk-offs on either side, just completely flat ground. And we know that that's not what Dracula's castle looks like from earlier in the Direct. And there's also no Monster Hunter stage on the stage select screen, with all 103 stages being accounted for. Which means that these boss fights must take place somewhere else. And I personally think that those boss fights are going to take place in the new single-player story mode, Spirits. Now, obviously, these aren't completely set in stone or anything, and there are definitely other explanations for the boss fights as well as the Monster Hunter stage not being on the stage select screen, and the word spirits for the unblurred green mode. But this is personally what I think will happen, and I think they could do a lot with it. I think Nintendo could do a lot with this new story mode. Even just looking at the boss fights that they made in Dracula and Rathalos, I think they've done a lot better than the boss fights that they did in Brawl. Like the Rayquaza fight. Of course, we have no idea what the story would be yet, but we'll just have to wait and see what the next character reveal trailers will look like, and see if they follow the pattern of these characters dying off, as well as emphasis on villains and kind of like boss fights. And I have a pretty strong feeling that they will. If you have any other ideas for what you think the mode might be, or any other evidence that either backs this up or refutes it, I'd love to hear any of it. Thanks for sticking with me if you did, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the content. Thanks so much.